Right, welcome to my humble abode. Here I'm going to attempt to record some game footage. I crash. Well, actually, we'll say I had to go on as well. Right, I'm going to attempt to record some game footage using me PS3, playing a PS1 game, on my TV that I bought in 2007, Samsung, onto my brand new HP computer, with the help of an Elgato HD60. Now, I've never done anything like this before, so we'll see how it goes, and yeah, fingers crossed. I love that sound it makes. He actually looks really sick. Ultimate weapon, like, he looks quite formidable. I mean, he is, because like Ultimate Beam is a really strong attack. But when you compare him to Ruby and Emerald, who are almost impossible to fight, he's actually not that hard at all. But it's worth fighting because you get some really good items from him. There's other little bits like physical attacks don't really work unless maybe you got Barret or Sid or someone like that. So I tend to use magic and materia a lot more. Magic and summons a lot more here. This one here that I'm demonstrating that Tifa's got is called W Summon, which is a special item. See this Tetra Magic as well, this looks really colourful, looks like cool, but sometimes, because this is an elemental one, I've known enemies just to be like cheers and just to take it and just absorb the attack, so I'm glad he doesn't. There you go, the fucking Brahma Bull sort you out. The other thing you need to remember is to cure regularly, because basically if he just keeps hitting you with Ultimate Beam or his other attacks, eventually he's just going to take you out. So just keep curing as much as you can. Actually, I'll just use Max Limit here. Typical. I missed loads of them here. To be honest, I think the main one I need is a final one anyway, which is called Final Heaven. It's the one you get from the piano in Nibelheim. Yeah, here it is now. Just looks boss. Well, it's done the job. So you'll see Ultimate being a bit of a shithouse there and flying off, and basically you've just got to keep chasing him. I won't demonstrate it here, but basically you've just got to chase him, fly into him, until eventually you'll go to Cosmo Canyon area. You go to loads more before then. You can go to loads more, you can just go to 2. But it's worth chasing them to get Cloud's best weapon and a really powerful enemy skill as well. Ideally, you'd have, in relation to the enemy skills, ideally you'd have a few enemy skills attached, but I stupidly sold one, so I've only managed to attach an enemy skill to Red and Cloud here. When I have the final battle with him, and I'll know it's the final battle because I'm being at Cosmo Canyon, I've got to make sure the person who delivers the decisive blow is someone with an enemy skill attached, so in this case either Cloud or Red, basically. Like, this is Omni Slash and I love this move. One hell of a powerful attack, it's insane. In fact, how you get this is you go to the battle zone in the Gold Saucer, and in one sitting you have to just get an insane amount of battle points in order to get it, but apart from Knights of the Round, it's like one of the most powerful attacks in the game. And it'll be even more powerful when you get Ultima's weapon for Cloud at the end. So after beating him a second time, I finally get to chase him down to the Cosmo area for one final battle. And remember, because I've only got 2 sets of enemy skill materia, I've got to land my final blow with either Cloud or Red. Right, so... Best heal. No, don't do that. Yeah, actually, they're quite weak. So I use Cosmo Memory, which is Red 13's ultimate limit break, which deals like non-elemental damage of about 10,000. But you get this from the Shinra mana, where when you get Vincent basically, and you get it right after you defeat the lost number when you crack the safe. But you'll notice here I'm deliberately using weaker summons for Tifa, and that's because I just don't want to do the final blow with. Also, I just like keeping hold of Ifrit. I like keeping hold of Ifrit and Shiva just because you have them right at the start, and although they're not as good at this point, I just still like them, do you know what I mean? As you progress through the game, you get to change to experiment with some amazing materia combinations, and one of my favourite ones is to combine Quadra Magic with Comet, especially when you get to Comet 2, because it already does a fair amount of damage. It seems to hit them repeatedly, as you'll see in a minute, and then the Quadra just makes it go bang 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 and just keep hitting them. And then again, if you use the Mime, then it's not many enemies can stand up against it. Right, here's Comet 2. So now that should be it basically. I meant to hit him that many times, but it lit him again. Oh, that's it. Oh, Shadow Flare attack. Oh, it's spot on. Right, Erie's using a really strong move called Shadow Flare, and he uses it on whoever gets the decisive blow. But luckily, even though as you see Cloud dies and he misses out on like leveling up, he learns one hell of a formidable enemy skill now. And also you get Ultimate Weapon, which is my favourite weapon for Cloud on the game, so yeah. God, I bet you they're going to be higher skilled. Oh, they are though. But yeah, that ultimate weapon's really good, and we'll attach it to Cloud in a bit. This is quite cool, and the crater he leaves. But anyway, next bit, I'm going to go and defeat Hojo. So here we are in the ancient forest. Here you collect bugs and frogs and throw them in what like Venus flytrap type things, and they help you get past the path. Now what you can get is lots of various items, but one of my favourite is called Cross Slash, and you'll see in battles in a bit how good it is. Now I was on me gold chocobo here. There's a couple of ways to get it. I get it by breeding, and there's loads of YouTube videos to show you how to do that. The other way is racing in the gold saucer, and also you can beat Ruby Weapon, and then you get something to exchange for a gold chocobo. Now, right, we're walking into the point of no return here. The minute you go to Midgar, what a boss little graphic that is, by the way. But sorry, the minute you go to Midgar, you at the point of no return, then you've basically got to follow the path to beat Sephiroth. So it's always a good idea to get all your hidden items earlier than this. Now, this little tunnel that we're in is really good to level up. This is one opportunity as well, as you can see, to fight the Turks for the last time. And I've got a bit of a... It's sort of mentioned there that you've got a weird relationship with them. Sometimes you're working with them, sometimes you're working against them. So I've got a bit of a soft spot for the Turks, to be honest. I don't think it's ever really a difficult battle fighting them. This one doesn't take me very long to get the better of them, but yeah. Yeah, I love their music, that's the main thing I love about the Turks. Squaresoft did an excellent job. So you beat the Turks and you're back in the tunnel, and as you see from a little battle I have here, it's quite a good place to level up, and you
can get lots of turbo ethers and stuff like that. Right now, you have one more battle with Heidegger and Scarlet. I can't stand Heidegger or Scarlet. They're sort of the last remnants of Shinra here, because Hojo's going against them. And in fact, I don't want to reveal the story to you. It's a fantastic game and you should just play it. But suffice to say, Heidegger and Scarlet annoy me throughout the game. It's not even like President Shinra, because you can sort of get them. You know, you can understand the Turks and you can understand President Shinra's position, but these two are little brown nose and little just rats, just bad people. So it's quite nice beating them here anyway. Again, this isn't too hard to battle, but it goes on for a while because they've got a lot of GP. I mean, stuff like this, when you got Knights of the Round, if you really want to, just use Knights of the Round and you'll beat them really fast. But once you got your gold chocolate and you've got that, yes, you can just go through the game and do it really fast. And you know, that type of game, you just want to go through it as fast as you can, fair play. But I like to have a little bit of fun when I'm playing, so I like to explore little combinations. And I mean, because I'm such a high level at this point, they're not really going to damage me too much as long as I remember to cure myself and stuff. So I just thought I'd let you watch this little video of me beating them. It's really weird the way he goes down his knees there, I think. And this summons off his head as well, but he does a lot of damage. Enter Hojo. Right, I'm not going to give away too many spoilers here, because if you haven't played the game, you should just play the game. But Hojo is a key character and is involved in the creation of another key character, and that's why he's one of the, I think he's the penultimate boss to beat within the game, unless you fight Genova again later on. I can't remember, it's been a while since I've completed it. But he respawns twice after this form, as you'll see throughout the video. But I'm about to demonstrate now with Omni Slash. This is the move that I got from the battle arena in the Gold Saucer again. I'll just take out his first form straight away because it's such a powerful move. He's off his egg cloud, isn't he? Right, so he's going on about this Mako juice because he's just injected himself with this Mako radiation, and I think it's Geneva cells he injected himself with. And you'll just see as well that I'd saved the limit breaks deliberately from Tifa and from Cloud in order to take them out as fast as I can, and I'm a bit buzzing because Nat, as I call her, or Tifa, has hit every single element of her limit breaks, and a lot of the time you can miss them. So I'm hoping she takes out one of these targets here, maybe an arm or something like that. Fingers crossed. Final 11. That's the one you get when you play the piano in Nibelheim. I know I mentioned that earlier, but it's definitely worth getting them, because at this point, when you're battling, you've reached the point of no return. So before you do that, you fight weapon. This is not ultimate weapon. We were fought earlier, but essentially what you do in the game, weapon will be coming to attack Midgar, and the Shinra president will have fired a big weapon of macro radiation, which happens to take out weapon. I forgot his name. It's doing me head in. I forgot his name, but it takes out weapon, then goes and it takes out the barrier of the North Cave. At that point, once you've taken him out, save the game, right? And the music will change, and what the game will be expecting you to do is to go straight to Midgar. Don't go back to Midgar at that point. Go around and get everything you can. Go and beat Ultimate Weapon. Go and get yourself a gold chocobo by breeding or whatever. You know, just go and do what you need to do, and get all these items, level up. You know, get on the submarine, go down and find lots and lots of different items. It just not only does it make the game easier, but it's more fulfilling. Oh, you'll have noticed as well that off screen before I've changed the summons that Tifa's got, because I think I had read out a lot of her summons, like Bahamut, and I think it's just Neo Bahamut again this before, but you saw Bahamut take him on before, so I've changed some of these. I think I've added Hades and Zero Bahamut just to add a little bit of variation to it. I'm using, as you can imagine, I'm using them all with Tifa, because of W summon you can use them twice. Now, of course, I could have just used Knights of the Round, which Cloud's got, and taken them all out. Now, in order to get Knights of the Round, which is the most powerful move on the game, you've got to get a gold chocobo. But it's worth doing it because Knights of the Round is so powerful. And then you could literally, I don't really need to battle these. I can just use Knights of the Round, take them out, and then that's it. But I want to have a bit of fun, so that's what I play games for, to have fun. It'd be interesting if you want to comment on what makes you play games. I mean, why do we? Is it just habit, or do you play games to make you happy? Because I realised, like, when something happened in my life that made... Hang on a second, just before I carry on that story. Look at this graphic here. This summon here is just awesome. It just comes out of space and just... I love it. And yeah, going back to Amelia's story, one of the reasons I play these old retro games is pure nostalgia, because it just makes me happy. Newer games don't make me as happy. Now, it's awesome beating Mortal Kombat 9 or Mortal Kombat 10 or X, whatever you want to call it. And that's brilliant, because those games back in the day were so hard, I really couldn't get through them. But the way they are now, the storyline's better, the visuals are better, Warner Brothers has done a fantastic job with those games. Those aside, the other new games I play are like the Crash Bandicoot remake and things like that. But everything's sort of retro, what I'm into, and I realised a long time ago that this just makes me happy. It's just so nostalgic. I mean, you're just seeing that Neo Bahamut come out and do that amazing move. Now, when you came out the 16-bit era with the Sega Mega Drive and, well, I had the SNES, the games were all brilliant, but you had limited graphics and stuff like that. And then this hit you all of a sudden, and you were just like, I mean, to think of it like this, right? How many cartridges? This was originally, Final Fantasy VII was originally meant to come out on the N64, but the amount of cartridges it would have taken was insane. I mean, after this part here, where you beat Hojo, you'll be going on to the third disc to go to the Northern Cave and fight Sephiroth, etc. Unlike most PlayStation games, there was no loading on this, and that's insane to think about. How often did you play a game and you just sat there getting frustrated because of the loading screens and stuff? But the game mechanic was designed by Squaresoft to such a way that, I mean, Hades looks cool. It was designed in such a way that you go from one area to another, and it'd like sort of background load without you noticing. And then some of the visuals and the cinematic sequences in this game are just amazing. They're timeless. Even when they redo this, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how they do it, like going from turn-based combat to the new way that Square Enix have opted to go with it, which having not really played the new games, apart from Crisis Core, I'm not too familiar with it, but I will, because this is a game I want to play a remake of. But this is the original and best. It really is. I love it, and it's escapism for me. I just go back, and each time you can build on it and develop with your characters and stuff like that, and I just love it. So yeah, at the end of this video, I hope you got something from this. I mean, there was no real purpose. It wasn't like I'm not doing it in such a way that if you get stuck, like, oh, how'd you be Hojo? Because you just get powerful enough to be Hojo with lots of different ways. Just thought I'd do a bit of a sort of let's play on it, and I know I enjoy watching YouTube videos. It's something I've got into more as I've got older, which is why I'm doing this. Because yeah, I just want to share what is making me happy, and hopefully I'll make 1 or 2 more people happy. But anyway, this is coming to the end of the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I've just got level 70 with all my characters, which I'm absolutely buzzing about. And I'm going to leave you there anyway, so yeah, just got my little power source, and I'll catch you later. All the best.